said to myself, I've got to do it. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. I presented that Photoshop drawing to get into the exhibition, and I got in, and then a week later I was told I won second place. Now I had to make it.
Fascinating. I have such a huge love for modern art in museums across the world, and it was so fascinating to be able to see how something so unique looking, made out of concrete of all things, could be made literally from start to finish. I felt the tension when he needed to flip it to finish it. Oh my god, I was so nervous. So that was really well done. I also really liked his commentary on being vulnerable as an artist and facing imposter syndrome and just kind of finding an end to your work. That really spoke to me because as an artist myself, it is something I also sometimes struggle with. So it was really uplifting in that sense, and I really enjoyed it.
It was really fun to watch. It's always amazing to watch an artist take an idea from paper to actual fruition. This artist was just such a, he just had this like breath of fresh air about him, trying to use a new material, concrete, but following the process from beginning to end and being able to get into that artist's world was really fun and amazing. And I really liked the end credits and the music.
I really liked this film. In general, I'm a fan of documentaries because I really like learning about things that I have no concept of. And How to Bend Concrete was a really good example of that. I didn't know that concrete canvas was a thing. I didn't know that you could blend that together, like concrete and canvas. I thought it did a really good job of highlighting the different steps it takes to actually make these things, like make these pieces of art. But I thought overall it was really like fun and informative and like really cool thing to learn about.
It defies the idea of concrete. Concrete usually suggests something solid and heavy, and yet we witness throughout the entire documentary how concrete is malleable. We literally watch it unfold.
I loved how it began with him coming up with the idea for the piece and submitting it to an art gallery, and then going through the process of making it and bringing us along as the audience and explaining what made the concrete that he was using so unique.
It's just really an interesting view of the creative process and how much is involved in it. At the same time, how hard it is to let it go. So it was a beautiful piece. I would totally buy that table. It would probably be way too expensive for me, but yeah, it was really inspiring. I want to create something now.
I thought this short was really interesting because it played with a unique concept, much like Neil was with his design. Once the concrete canvas was wet, it was actually really coincidental. Just before he said it, it reminded me a lot of snakeskin. So I thought it was interesting too that he also compared the medium as like working with snakeskin. It was really neat to watch Neil try to master this design in the medium, and yeah, I enjoyed watching the process of him trying to strike that delicate balance.
I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was super, it was captivating. The whole process was very like methodical and therapeutic. It was really cool to kind of get that, more technical perspective on sculpture and art in general, because yeah, like depending on different mediums, they're all going to have different like pitfalls and like actual like techniques of like how to work with a material, instead of just kind of being like, oh, like I want this like abstract thing to be made. Like this short really gets into like the kind of like nitty gritty of like how do you then make a structure like that, and I just I really appreciated it, because like there is so much work that goes into these types of designs, and so much technical knowledge that is required, and I feel like this really kind of this short really shined a light on on all of those skills. And so great job, really enjoyed it.